All right, good morning, guys. Back at it with another MLB DFS video. I don't even have to say it, and Funk is like smiling already. It's been rough. Yesterday, we went with a one-off of a Pittsburgh Bats game stacked Toronto and Baltimore, and they did practically nothing. Clayton Kershaw got lit up a little bit. To be honest, I knew the night was over, so I didn't even look. He gave up two earned, one six, had five strikeouts. The only person that really did something was George Springer, and Bichette had an RBI double. Everything else was like threes or zeros. It was rough. I just remember at work, like box score, watching the game, and I was like, "All right, like, oh, Hearn would be up to bat, pops out or grounds out." Anything to take away from yesterday?
I know never to play the O's against Barrios anymore. I think he's now like 11-0 against them in his career. So just something to take note of going forward. But the reason we were on the game stack in the first place is because the Boston game got delayed about 10 minutes before lock. So we pivoted off Boston. I mean, we still wouldn't have placed playing Boston. I mean, Reef Snyder was really the only one worth anything. He got you 30, but the rest of the stack stunk. So is what it is. The top pitching guys weren't all that good. Kershaw 30, Castillo 30. You needed to pay down and get Tatis. That was priority, I guess, if you're looking back on it now. The 50 piece. But you got Barrios 9,500 with 50, Waka at 99 with 50. Detmers was able to handle Texas somehow. And then the White Sox coming through in the late night hammer. I don't know. I mean, just just been off. I need to be better on the builds and just looking to get back today.
Go vote for Jake Berger for the All-Star game. Hit two freaking nukes yesterday. He's unreal. So let's just jump into this. So pitchers right now: Otani, Eovaldi, Sonny Gray, Christian Javier, Logan Allen, Marcus Stroman. A bit of a smaller slate today, so it's a little more condensed on who you choose, but who's standing out right now?
So I think there's actually a good bit of decent pitching today, which never really happens. Eovaldi at 7% is probably the most intriguing. I think that ownership will come up a little bit. Maybe he's like low teens, 10, 12%. But if he's going to be that low owned, I think I might prioritize him. Just he's got the longest leash on the slate. He has a decent matchup, lots of strikeouts up and down the Angels lineup. They're favored. Let's see where they're favored at. Minus 130. So not like a huge favorite, but he is at home. He has a versus K prop. 6.5 K prop juice to the under. Otani's 7.5 juice to the under. So, pick and choose there. Otani's fine as well. I do hesitate playing pitchers against Texas just because they can blow up anyone at any time. So I think he'd be second for me. Gray's going to pick up the most ownership today just because he's got the safest matchup against Detroit. If he's going to be the chalkiest, I'm just going to be off. Um, he's been fantastic. His ERA is like crazy, like low twos. Detroit's not any good. They did put up a decent fight against Atlanta the last couple days, put up some runs even on Strider. So I'm a little hesitant to get there as well, but I'm not going to talk you off Gray. And it's probably the easiest matchup on the slate. Javier's in a similar spot. Washington doesn't strike out as much as Detroit, but decent favorites, and he's playing at home. Just a good pitcher. Logan Allen's a little overpriced for me, 9,100. I think he's like 6,900 on DraftKings. Just can't play him at 91. Stroman, it seems like be in the same place, 10-5. It does seem like a good pitcher game though. The wind's supposed to be like high 20 mile per hour winds blowing in Chicago. That's why the over under set at 7. So I do like either side of pitching in that game if you want to take a stand there. Uh, that's pretty much it. I'm not playing Cease. Don't think I really want to get to Gore today. Michael Grove, definitely not. Boyd, I mean, the Twins are picking up some ownership, so you can get some leverage there, but I don't know if I want to take a stand on Matthew Boyd on a day like today.
Yeah, it's a little interesting, kind of like you said with Otani. And also the last time we played him, he played Seattle. I think that was last Saturday, and he didn't do so hot. Eovaldi's in a great spot. Same with Sonny Gray. Javier, I kind of like a lot just because he's only getting 8% ownership right now. I got a feeling that's going to go up a little bit, but he's going to be that. I shouldn't say that low owned because he might pick it up a little bit, but kind of like Javier in that spot. I checked his strikeout prop, 4.5, but it's like minus 160. So I'll give him like 5.5. Logan Allen 9-1 against San Diego. Not really. All right, hear me out on Dylan Cease. I don't even have a valid argument. The only argument I can give is 8,300. You can get better bats, 5% ownership. You just pray to God that he stops walking people and getting lit up. Um, it would be interesting to get Oviedo at 8,300 against the Cubs just because of the winds blowing in. So that's definitely something I would think of, and he's projected for 7%. So I mean, that's a possibility there. If I had to rank them right now, Eovaldi, Javier, Gray, Otani, Oviedo. And
That's pretty fair.
this Andrew Smith Shawver kid, like his first start, he gained like so much ownership. He went like 3 innings or something. I think it was last Sunday or maybe last Monday. Like a lot of people were on him just because Atlanta was playing I think they were playing the A's. It was something weird.
They played Washington, but he went 5 innings, but he only had two strikeouts, so nothing crazy. But he's playing Colorado, so
It does
decent
make
chance to get
sense.
the win.
Do we really trust him to do what he did, go 5 innings, but maybe get more strikeouts? That's the thing. If you want
Not
to play it.
really. You're just kind of hoping he picks up the win points.
Exactly.
Minus 255 favorites.
Jesus.
His K prop is probably like 3.5. Oh, 4.5. So
They're being nice to him.
yeah.
On to stacks. Atlanta, Dodgers, Minnesota, Houston, San Diego, Texas, Cleveland, and then the rest of the teams that aren't being mentioned are here. What's standing out right now? What are you thinking?
I mean, I think everyone's going to be on Atlanta today against Freeland at home. Probably some decent weather in Atlanta. Can't talk you off Atlanta really. Maybe just try to be contrarian in who you pick out of the stack. I'm sure 1 through 5 is going to be pretty chalky, so maybe you can throw in like 6, 7, try to get different. Usually that's like Azunia and what? Let's look at the projected lineup. Yeah, always projected to hit fifth. And DRNO, if he gets a start, that'd be nice at 2,700. But yeah, Atlanta looks good. Let's see. The Dodgers, they were kind of a letdown yesterday. Um, I can't see them putting up another dud, but they are really hard to fit. Freddie Freeman's like almost 5K, which is insanity. I mean, he's been fantastic, but 4,500 for him, 38 for Will Smith. Mookie's 4,200. JD Martinez is still 4K. you're only going to be able to fit like a mini of these guys at best if you play any of the top pitchers. Um, then the Twins are picking up a lot of ownership just because they're cheap and they're playing Matthew Boyd. I don't think I want to go there. Just seems like a bad spot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've seen Matthew Boyd, get through some decent lineups, and this Minnesota lineup is not all that enticing. Houston's fine against Gore. I guess Jose Abreu's back. He's been fantastic like the last week. Padres, sure. And Texas is not going to get any ownership because they're playing Otani, but I think they're a decent shout.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about Texas. I mean, if they can get to Otani early and maybe get him pulled early, you'll have a good leverage spot there just because like I just said, if they get Otani out early, then they'll be playing the bullpen and could be a little easier on them. I hate saying it, but Dodgers look great here against
Yeah.
Dylan Cease. Hold on. Top stack is Atlanta. They have the best stack score. Minnesota actually has the second best stack score. They have 10.4 while the Dodgers have 7. Think we might have to play Minnesota.
Looking at their projected lineup right now. Gallo, Kepler, Castro. Ew. Kyle Garlick getting a start. Doesn't say he is, but he's 2.2K. The lineup is just so cheap, and that's why everyone's going to play him because they want to fit the Braves. So they're going to play the Twins.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind getting to Royce Lewis and maybe this Garlic kid. Just as like a cheap piece, but decent matchup for them. San Diego looks good here. I know Logan Allen's been pretty, I shouldn't say hot, but he's been doing well. His last couple starts, he's kind of been shaky. So, you know, playing against San Diego, playing against Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado might not be so easy for him. I already know you don't like this. Cleveland is playing Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers has not been a great pitcher, and you're still shaking your damn head.
No, I mean I'm agreeing with you. He's not been good.
Well, and also Cleveland is Cleveland. Who do they have? Freaking Jose Ramirez. Like that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only downside to it, but Ryan Weathers has been kind of bad. I don't know much about this Michael Grove kid, but I mean, the White Sox wouldn't be that bad, but that's obviously, you're not going to prioritize the White Sox as like your main stack. Um, I need to figure out if I think Grove is a righty. Hold on. Yeah, he's a righty. I mean, I don't know. I think it might be interesting to get a couple White Sox bats, just kind of like -1% leverage, but I mean, ownership share total between the whole stack 8% could be a little interesting. Houston against Mackenzie Gore should be fine. Gore's been kind of up and down recently, but playing against Houston might be a little tough. I know there's no Yordan Alvarez, but there's still Jose Altuve, Jeremy Pena, Bregman, even though we despise him here. Kyle Tucker. I mean, there's still some good bats over there to look into. If I had to rank them, I'd kind of go in the order of the stacks, but I would give a little more love to Texas and San Diego. But that's pretty much it. Anything else on that? Like, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm like just out of it with the stacks.
It just seems so mid. The slate just seems so meh. I don't know what to make of it, honestly.
It's because your Reds aren't on the slate. I see.
Yep. When the Reds
Yeah,
are on and tuned in.
yeah. Let me just play 4K Ellie De La Cruz. He's worth it. He is kind of worth it, but you want to start it off with home runs?
Let's do lineup generator first.
Okay. All right, day whatever. I'll be using this lineup generator. Hmm. What do you
Let's
think?
go. I think last night was a 4-3-1, the winner. We can go all lineups for now.
You want to just skip this part, or do you actually want someone?
I kind of want to see where Eovaldi will leave you with salary, but doesn't matter to me.
Eovaldi it is.
I knew the Twins would come up.
200. And the
Oh,
Tigers.
full Tiger stack.
I, they got to freaking what's his name? Strider.
Strider. They did.
It's not chalky at all. See this next one.
Well, it's a little better. It's got some Houston and Jose Ramirez.
Darno Albies.
Acuna, I didn't think you'd be able to fit him.
This stacks will just loves Detroit today. Let's do one more. All right, Cubs, Swanson, Hats, the not too bad.
Austin Riley's gonna be 30% owned. That's crazy.
Okay, so maybe this one is bad.
Well, he's only 3K. Why is he only 3K?
He's actually been hitting it pretty well recently.
His
Altuve, Tucker.
DraftKings price. I bet he's like 5'3". He is 5'3". That's insanity. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing Evaldi, it's gonna spit Twins or Detroit for secondary
Right.
pieces for salary, and then the Braves and Houston for
Yeah,
mains.
yeah, I'm just
Jeez.
trying to see what it looks like. I just keep clicking discard and just seeing. This is just a good way too to like see other pieces and seeing what the lineup generator likes, and then you can think more about it as you're building. So, all right, home runs time.
You can go first.
Shit, who do I have? Oh, I'm gonna go with Gotani again. And I'm gonna go Will Smith. Then I'm gonna go with Austin Hayes from
Okay.
Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Jeremy Pena from Houston, Corey Seager, who's been on a freaking mission, and Max Muncy against Dylan Cease.
Look at us taking two Dodgers against Dylan Cease. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Wrap us up. Anything else?
No, I mean, just a pretty mess slate, to be honest, but dig more into it and get a lineup out there about 10 minutes before lock. Make sure to check out Stochastic's tools in our description and like and subscribe if you haven't already.